Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl, Mary Jane. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 12, Boy Band. Let's get started. We start off with Safari and Fez. They're playing golf. They're having a good time. And Safari wants to invite Fizz to his party, and Fizz declines to come because he is a full-time dad now. He has Cam 24/7. He says since AD and Moniece broke up, I've been taking care of Cam full-time. It's not a good environment for Cam to be around because they're arguing, they're fighting, and probably Moniece is not getting out the bed, and it's just a turbulent situation for Cam. It just seems like Moniece should put Cam first and move AD out the way and just focus on her son and her career at this time and point. But we know Moniece and AD are still together, but it also shows, like Fizz is kind of like throwing Moniece under the bus. So it kind of seems like, them rumors about her being a bad mother, why people consistently say these things. And then also a couple of episodes ago, Fizz was talking about that AD brings out the good side of Moniece, and Moniece has more bonding skills with Cam, and she's bonding with him more, being more motherly to him, and plus she's getting out the bed and things like that because we know Moniece suffer from depression, and so she needs help with Cam and she can't do it by herself. And so that's why I guess what Tiffany was saying was she was saying that AD is the mother and the father to Cam and all this other stuff, but she can't be the father because Fizz is the father. But she was saying that AD takes so much responsibility for Cam than Moniece does in so many different words. And so when Fizz says things like he said twice already on this episode and last episode, it makes you question the situation. But we also know Moniece does suffer from depression because she said it. She did when they was having an intervention for Tiara. So hopefully Moniece gets help and put Cam first before all the drama. But she's trying to make money on this show and eat, so is Fizz too as well. And so none other than Bobby Brown shows up with the Adidas on. He walks up and they're talking, and Fizz is talking about, hey, he wants to start his boy band back together, B2K. And so he's asking Bobby Brown for some advice, and Bobby Brown asks him, like, who do you have with you? Have you talked to anybody? Well, talk to the closest person you two in the group. Talk to them. Once you get them on board, you can go and approach the other two. So that's how you do it. And he was like, well, Boogie, I'm the godfather to his children, so okay, I'll talk to Boogie or whatever. And then Fizz did ask Bobby Brown a legit question, asked him like, how was it when you left the group and you had so much success? Did you want to come back to the group, or you just don't look back? And Bobby Brown was like, I didn't look back. I was happy. I didn't think about them. I didn't miss them. It was all good. I was in my glory. But they did replace Bobby Brown, but they replaced him with a good person. They replaced him with Johnny Gill, somebody that could sing. And I don't know if they're gonna find somebody to replace Omarion. They have to find somebody to sing, because Pretty Ricky tried to replace their lead singer and it didn't go too well at all. And so they're gonna possibly talk. We'll see, because Fizz said he's gonna talk to April. And so Fizz does meet up with Boogie. He talks to Boogie, and Boogie was like, I got this corporation, I got this job that I'm working for, head of production. I'm like the president. This move has to be right. This move has to be correct, because if it's not, it'll be a bad look for me, and I could lose my job and all this other stuff. And he was like, and so he asks, Fizz, who else do you have, sign up? What about Omarion? What about if Raz B doesn't want to do it because Raz B's in China? And so he was like, I don't know. He was like, right, Boogie was kind of like, no. And Fizz was like, I haven't talked to them yet. And so, Boogie was like, so when you do talk to them, what are you going to have on the table? How are you going to present this? And he was like, I'm going to present it with the bag. I'm going to come with the bag. And they all laughed, like, that's right. You come with the bag. Money talks and bullshit walks. And so, Boogie was like, well, come back at me with that bag, and then we can talk. We can talk money, talk that touring money. Because, Bobby Brown was like, there's no money really on the road anymore. I mean, with records, but you can make that money on touring from the back end and the front end and sell merchandise. You know what I'm saying? And I would go see B2K. I would go see Pretty Ricky too. And even if they had Joe to see there, I would go see them. If they even had not the whole members of H-Town. I would go see H-Town too if they was all together. Old school jam session. So anyways, so Boogie was like, you come back with that bag, we can talk. And so Fizz was like, I can't, I thought Boogie was going to say yes or whatever, and I guess Fizz got it wrong. He thought Boogie was down and out and broke, begging for B2K to be back together, because Boogie did try to put B2K back together at least like a couple of years ago, at least like 7 or 8 years ago. I remember seeing their little video thing that they had going on. It was hot. So anyways, that's it with that situation. And so then we get to Alexis Sky sunglass party or whatever. We have Hazel-E up top with, Bridget. And then you have, Boogie by the water, by the pool, by himself with his socks and his sandals on, which, Hazel-E pointed out, look at this bum who wears socks and sandals to a pool party. And then you have Alexis Sky and Lyrica on the other side. Lyrica got the hanging boob. She got the boobs hanging outside boob and all that other boob hanging out. I guess that's the thing now. They was doing that Miami, Wags Miami, the side boob, under boob. I guess that's the thing. Bridget got the under boob going up too. I don't know about that look. They can do it. They can pull it off. So, who walks in? None other than Hazel-E. She walks in and she's ready to get at Booby. It's like Booby was waiting for her to come. This scene was all planned out. So Hazel-E walks up to Booby and she was like, you owe me an apology, because when I seen you the other night, you act like you didn't know me. And he was like, what do you mean I act like I didn't know you? I give you a hug and everything. What are you talking about? She was like, you're trying to act like you don't know me, going around saying you didn't do nothing with me, that we didn't have our moment, that we didn't hang out, that we didn't spend time together, that, that we didn't have sex. If you got to do all that, keep it on the low, because it seems like it was supposed to be on the low and stay on the low, and Booby was not trying to expose this information if it is true in the first place, but he's not trying to claim you. It's just like one of them things where you get down with somebody, but you don't want nobody to know, not one person. You would deny. And so Booby was like, nah, we didn't go there, I didn't do that. First of all, I met you through a friend. And he was like, I be whoever I want to be when I F whoever I want to F. And it was like, why are you saying it like that, Booby? Did you just want to F her and leave? And Hazel-E was like, you know what? You was a one and done, because you know what? You was begging and crying. You needed a place to stay. I got the receipts. I got the text messages. I got this. I got that. Well, then prove it. Show it. I know you did it to Waka Flocka. So, and Hazel-E and Bridget up there laughing at, at Hazel-E, because Booby was like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with you. I ain't never did nothing with you. I ain't never had sex with you. I ain't never did that. I ain't never scared. And Hazel-E was walking away like, you're bum, you're this, you're that. She's still on that money trip. And then she grabs one of them little red plastic cups, and tried to, she put in the pool water, the bleach chlorine water, and tried to throw it on Booby, but security blocked her or whatever, so she didn't get it done. Booby called her an ugly B word, ugly this, ugly that. And so that's when Hazel-E Swag and Bridget make their appearance, and Bridget and Booby get introduced to each other in a friendly way, because Booby was like, last time I seen you had a lot of spice and action for me, you didn't have to be called for. And Bridget was like, wait a minute, it seems like everywhere you go, there's always some action or some drama going on with spicy women. And she said, but you know what? I was wrong. I apologize. And they hugged, and Booby looked at that booty and was like, ooh, I want that. And plus she had the side boob going on. And so Hazel-E's about to get escorted out the place, but they bring her over there to Alexis Sky and Lyrica informs Hazel-E, hey, what have you been up to? Hazel-E be like, I was working on a song with Ray J. Oh, let me tell you the joke, the key and the joke on that. The joke is, that whoever lost the bet with the sperm, whoever had the lowest sperm had to, do a song with you. And Hazel-E's upset. She's mad. She's coming for Ray J, and she is coming for Safari. And it seems like Hazel-E, less anything gets under her skin, it's like she can't just calm down, because they did it for free. You got some you got some hits from it. I mean, like, people listen to it. You got some looks from it. It's probably on iTunes or somewhere. But what, and Safari said the song is good. What if it would have went platinum? What if A1 was working with you? You'll still be upset because A1's hot right now. What if he gave you a hit? It's just like, there's no reason for you to be all upset. It's just like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and freaking Arsenio Hall say, hey, let's do a skit together or whatever. But they, to Mary Jane, and then, but they do it with me because it's a joke. Whoever lost a bet or whatever one of them have to work with me. I would be like, okay, whatever. I don't have to pay for nothing. I'm gonna get a look. I can put this on my resume, and my portfolio. It's all good. But Hazel-E don't see it that way. She's coming for them. Boogie was so upset. He was so mad. Oh God, I was just like, yo. And he was like, I didn't touch that. I didn't hit that. And so Safari, he's with his cousin, and we're at what's her name, Chantel West, listening party. She's with Solo Lucci or whatever, and they're gonna get into it. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about Bridget meets up with James. They talk about their relationship. Basically, it's over. They ain't got nothing going on with each other. And it just seems like it was a waste of time. It was just like, Bridget, you cheated on him so many times. There was something that was missing. There was something that you wanted out of that relationship that you wasn't getting. So that's why you seeked other people. And it seems like, James is just only holding on to you because you hurt him so much. So he wanted to hurt you along the way as well by stringing you along, by saying, hey, I don't want to have sex with you tonight. Hey, I don't want to eat dinner with you tonight because you cheated on me. Or I'm going to stay at my friend's house for the weekend because you cheated on me. And it seems like you wanted that punishment and that torture to prove that you can possibly get him back, or possibly get back to when you guys first began dating, and it didn't happen. And you put yourself through that torture, and he put you through that torture. You put each other through the torture when there was nothing really there anymore. So it's good that it's over and done. And so Bridget is moving fast. She done already hopped over there to Boogie's train. She's already with Boogie now. She's already with Boogie. And so she's already with Boogie. So now we get to Chantel West video shoot. Safari's rapping. It sounds good. His cousin like, buck, buck, buck. Buck, buck. I don't know how he says it. Buck, buck. Something like that. And so he introduced him to Solo Lucci, and it's like Safari was also like, oh, my cousin's looking at you, Chantel West, or whatever. It's like every time there's a new guy around, Safari's trying to pimp out Chantel West, Fizz, Solo Lucci, his cousin. Chantel West is on a stroll for Safari. No sir though, but so anyways, everything is going good, going fine. And so Ray's talking to Nikki Baby, and Nikki Baby's like, oh, blah, 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 Chantel West was excellent to work with. She was great. She was wonderful, because Mr. Ray threw the event, because, it has his own entertainment company or whatever, event company. And then guess who walks through the door? Alexis Sky and Lyrica. They walked to the door, and Ray was like, oh no, you guys, I didn't invite you. And so Nikki Baby was like, calm down, them are my friends. I don't want to be in the midst of none of that drama, none of that stuff. And so Alexis Sky's like, what's the problem you have with me? Oh, the problem you guys have with me because I'm friends with Masika, whatever, and that's why. And you was throwing stuff at me, and they're going back and forth. And Lyrica's like, oh, I don't know what's your problem. So Lyrica's jumping in, and she's going at Mr. Ray too. Then Mr. Ray starts yelling, shut up, be quiet. And he's yelling, he's screaming at them. Solo Lucci runs over. What's her name? Lyrica is like, I'm gonna get my boyfriend A1 to beat you up. How you gonna start trouble and run and go get your boyfriend? That's how people in real life get hurt and get locked up. So anyway, Solo Lucci come over, and he was like, Ray, ain't you hosting this event? Ain't you in charge? Then ain't you the planner? But then act like it. Act more professional. Conduct yourself better. You don't be yelling like and screaming like this at some women. Bro, hold up. Chill out. Wait a minute. Be professional. You're in charge of this event. And so Mr. Ray was quiet. He looked confused, like, this guy's actually speaking some sense. And so he's quiet because he's not going to yell at, Solo Lucci, because he don't know what he's going to get from that Texan. And so And so then that's when Alexis Guy takes a piece of paper and she throws it at like a book or something, throws it at Chantel West, and Mr. Ray knew that was his moment. So he was just like, security, get this trash out of here, security. He couldn't wait. He looked at Solo Lucci, he looked at Chantel West. He said, security, get this trash out of here. He couldn't wait because he knew that Solution ain't gonna say nothing else because they're throwing things now. See, I told you they were animals. That's what, Ray said in his head. And so and so then Lyrica standing there, and so then Mr. Ray says that your +1 has been revoked. It was like, your +1 has been revoked. That you're solo now. You're by yourself. It's revoked. He just standing there looking all angry and mad. Ray can't throw an event without somebody crashing. That poor thing. And so but before then, Solo Lucci and Chantel West let everybody know that they're boos or whatever. And so that's what really got Alexis Guy upset and got Lyrica going, that, even Alexis Guy called, Solo Lucci, oh, so you with this snow bunny or whatever? So that's what really got them yelling and going at Solo Lucci when he said, I'm here with my bae. And that was it. And Alexis Guy was like, you here with her? I just broke up with you. Like, they are hopping from each other. I mean, they are spreading fluids. Hopefully this is all an act and they're not really sleeping together. Because them is some fluids going around, baby. From men and women. So then we get Zelly. He meets up with Keisha Cole. He lets Keisha Cole knows that, Hazel-E's running around town talking about she had sex with, Boogie, and she was arguing with Boogie at the pool and all this other stuff, but he didn't tell Keisha Cole that, Brooke and Boogie are feeling each other. But Keisha Cole said, I don't care what Boogie does. We co-parent. That's it. He can have sex with anybody and anybody he want. I don't want none of that. I don't want no parts of that. She was like, I'm good. He could do whatever he want to do. And then Zelly was like, I'm going to put a rap together, put all my reads on wax or whatever. And so Keisha goes, well, if you can make money off of being petted in hair, I'm for it. Keisha Cole was like, she's taking a break. She ain't gonna be dating right now. They talk about dildos. And so that was it. That was over with that scene. And and so then you get Booby. Booby is by the boat. He's waiting to meet up with, Brooke, but Brooke is not showing up because she's going to be with Marcus. But guess who does show up? Bridget, Booby was like, I slide into Bridget's DMs or whatever, since Brooke, canceled on me. So now Brooke and Booby are getting together. They go away. They're kissing. They're making out. He's doing his thing. He didn't miss no sleep over Brooke. And it kind of makes me think that they didn't really have nothing, but it was just something to lead up to their scenes or whatever. Who knows? They probably had chemistry because they're really good friends and knew each other for a long time, but whatever. So Bridget done already hopped on her a new one. So, she wasn't really feeling James. She was just torturing herself for no reason at all. So now she's with Booby and they're kissing and making out. Booby ain't worried about Brooke. And, Booby ain't worried about Brooke. And, Bridget ain't worried about James. They're about to get their freak on. So that situation's ended. And so we get Brooke. She meets up with, Marcus at the picnic place or whatever. They're not gonna get back together right away, but he says he loves her, she loves him. She made a mistake. She shouldn't have did all the things that she did, which I said in all of my videos. If you absolutely wanted to be back with Marcus, you never bring another man in the way of things, especially a man that's your friend, because now if you do get back with that man, he's not gonna want you to be friends with Booby, and you have been friends with Booby for years. But since you use Booby to get Marcus jealous, now Marcus is using this as a token. Hey, listen, if we get back together, that there's no more Booby, there's no more friendship between you two, it's done. And she was like, I only kissed Booby, I didn't have sex with him or whatever. And so even though, Marcus, he had sex and he was married or whatever, so now Brooke is gonna have to choose between her friendship with Boogie, and she's gonna ultimately choose not to be friends with Boogie anymore to get French to be back with Marcus. And so you guys think that's a good idea? Like, whatever floats her boat to make her happy. But I personally wouldn't marry anybody or be with anybody that, you know, lied to me before about being married and then was cheating on me again with the paralegal. That's Jay. That's just too much. Because but maybe he learned his lesson with this Booby thing, but he also knows that she's weak as well, because she's crying for him, she cried back for him and all this other stuff. So now he kind of like got the upper hand, because she wants to be back with him, because she was like, are we gonna be together? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, but I'm gonna have a release party of music, you can come as my friend, not my date yet. So now he's trying to play hard to get, when he was sticking out his tongue knowing that he missed her. And after that scene was over, they went and they did their thing. Let me tell you, because all that friction, all that time apart, they couldn't wait to jump each other's bones. And so they're going to kiss and make up pretty soon and be together. And we'll see how it goes. And we'll see how Brooke, you know, feel, how she going to handle, you know, Brooke Kelly being with Booby. Will she let it be? Because Brooke still be acting like she got feelings from, but it doesn't even seem that way. And how is James gonna take it? And it's gonna be like, yeah, I told you so, son. She was gonna break your heart again. Bridget was gonna break James' heart again, because look how quick she jumped with Booby. She jumped with Booby in a heartbeat. and I guess Booby seemed attracted to her because, you know, because Brooke is fighting over Booby, and, you know, Hazel-E wants everybody to know that she had sex with Booby. So she was like, oh, I'm gonna take Booby. You know what? Brooke is like, I'm doing them both. I'm doing Marcus and Brooke a favor. I'm taking them off the market so they can get married. So we'll see what happens. And Booby said that Brooke and Bridget ain't really all that good friends. They've been knowing each other for a long time. And so they jump quick. And, you know, we get Safari with his cousin. His cousin's telling him to Safari's cousin's telling Safari to come back home with his mom, his father, his uncles, and everything. They want him back home. That's where, come back to Brooklyn, come back, you know, to New York, basically. And Safari was like, nah, it's not a good thing for me. I'm more stable out here. But, you know, hopefully Safari did heave to this message from his cousin, because we all know that Safari uncle did pass away, I think last month or the month before last. Well, his uncle did pass away, so hopefully he got back to New York to chill with his uncle and see his uncle before he passed. And one interesting thing that, you know, Safari's cousin did say, he was all like, you know, these girls out here with these fake eyelashes, these fake hair, these fake breasts, these fake butts, and they want a real man. How can you want a real man when you fake? That's impossible. You want anything real. I was like, he said a mouthful. And then we get Zelly, we get Lexus guy in the studio making trash music. It was trash, and it would just sound horrible, but they said they're gonna put the auto tunes on it to make it sound good, so maybe that would sound good when they do that. And so then we get Fizz, and we get Solo Lucci. We get Fizz, we get Chantel. When I think of Chantel West, I think of Solo Lucci now. Chantel West, Fizz, Safari, they're sitting there chilling or whatever, and they're having a conversation. None other than, you know, who Hazel-E walks in. Hazel-E walks in, and she got a bone to pick with Safari. And she's like, oh, Safari, you try to play me. These guys did a circle jerk and made fun of my music and all this other stuff. I thought we was friends. I run LA. I'm this, I'm that. I'm the boss. I'm the queen. But she didn't call him broke, though. She didn't call Safari broke. And she was like, since you guys want a circle jerk, she threw a bunch of dildos on the table. Fizz is just like, oh my God, you know, Love and Hip Hop is just too much. And he's just sitting there just laughing. He's smiling like, word, that's you, son. That ain't me. He was like, what is going on? Fizz is just like tickled to death. And, you know, Safari was like, yo, don't one of them dildos look like Hazel-E nose? And so Chantel West was like, what did you do to Hazel? And then Hazel walks off. I'm like, Hazel is too much. She's burning so many bridges. She's better be glad that she hasn't got jumped by everybody on this set, or just about everybody. But she took so many L's that she thinks she gotta throw fire, and she gotta throw sticks and woods and dirt and mud at everybody she comes in contact with. And when you doing good, baby, everybody just sees you doing good. You ain't gotta announce it, and you ain't gotta call people names, because if you ever get broke or you ever need some help, people gonna quickly turn their back on you because of all this shenanigans that you're doing on here about being the rich, female. So then we get Brooke and Boogie meets up. Brooke is telling Boogie that, she's done, it's over. But also, Hazel-E did say to Safari, I run LA. You're going to be running just like you was running for Meek Mill. She was wrong for that. But anyways, we'll get back to Brooke and Booby meeting up at the basketball court, and basically she's telling Booby that it's over, it's done with, and she's moving on. And they kiss goodbye, and they kiss twice, showing that passion. So if Mark is gonna find out about this kiss, he's gonna be upset. And is Marcus and Brooke together? Are they gonna get married on the next episode? What's good? Anyways, you guys, tell me what you think about the episode. Peace. I'm out. Much love. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your feelings. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about B2K coming back together. What do you think about Bobby Brown? What do you think about Brooke being with Booby now? Peace. I'm out.